Admiral's log. The Russian fleet has met a devastating defeat at our hands. A blow so severe that it's driven them to seek negotiations. Their ships lie in ruins, a testament to our tactical superiority. The battle was fierce, but our strategy and the bravery of our sailors prevailed, forcing Russia to recognize the futility of continuing hostilities. As their envoys arrive to discuss terms, we stand firm, ready to solidify another victory that will further strengthen Spain's position on the global stage. Each victory we claim not only fortifies our strategic advantage, but also recognizes the growing perception of Spain as a formidable power. In the streets and hearts of Spain, my name is becoming synonymous with resilience and brilliance. The people, witnessing our triumphs against powerful adversaries, are beginning to see the scope of our influence. Despite limited resources, we have managed to cast a long and imposing shadow over the world. Our victories are celebrated not just as military successes, but as symbols of national pride and ingenuity. The admiration of the people fuels our resolve, and their support is the wind in our sails. With each conflict, we prove that Spain, under my command, is capable of shaping the course of history, one decisive victory at a time. Hey guys, Stealth here, welcome to episode 12. Well, with everything that's been going on, I'm very happy that at least we can remove the Russians from our list of threats. Peace has been signed with them. I only had one more minor skirmish in the Sea of Japan, resulting in the loss of 2 of their cruisers and a DD. And after that, they said, well, that's it, Japan. Sorry, that's it, Spain, we're done. So now I'm getting, wow, 166 million. Yeah, it's fine. It's not a whole lot, but then again, with my current economy, it is about 4 months of keeping this whole enterprise afloat. So yeah, let's go bring that. As for the rest of these battles, I am capable of harassing some of the British and even damaging Portsmouth, although they think they can fix it faster than I can damage it. With all these DDs that I have scattered across the world, everybody that happens to be my enemy, the United Kingdom, the Germans, and the British, well, they're all fair game. And as such, they're all losing transports, but so am I. The North Atlantic, the Central Atlantic, the Western Mediterranean. The transport navy is not having a very good time. Neither are the British, apparently, because the Chinese right threw them out of southern China. They do these weird offensives that just doesn't make any kind of sense. We have a convoy here that we need to defend. We have the destroyers Andrew Robinson and the Unbekannt, both 1917 versions of the James Fishburne. 2 German destroyers are coming in to fight me. They have 2 triple torpedo tubes and a couple of 5.2-inch guns. Their crews are trained, their bulkheads are many, and so their floodings will be many too. Unfortunately, the cowardly Germans ran away. Would have been nice to take down a couple of $12 million DDs, but it does give me an opportunity to refit my existing DDs with a better rangefinder, because I have recently unlocked the Coincident Rangefinder Tier 3, and that is a nice upgrade. Every bit of accuracy that these DDs can get, the better they'll be. I would also very much appreciate the ability to make the barrels longer. I know that does come at the price of reload, but it does give you additional accuracy, and it gives you the ability to lay waste to bigger targets. Because with those bigger guns, let's say the longer guns, you also tend to have a bit of a better capability to pen targets. With 5-inch guns, you'll never really be able to pen big targets unless you make them 5.9s, maybe? Which I guess I can do. Yes, the hull is obsolete, of course it is. I'm going to just fit these with the Coincidence 3 rangefinder, and thankfully that is not any heavier because this thing is perfectly maxed out. As for torpedo tubes, I can start mounting triple launchers on them, which of course would give me bigger spreads, at the expense of reload. The reload here is 700 seconds. Reload here is about 300 seconds more, so you're paying 500 seconds for, 5 minutes for that. Not necessarily bad, and a triple spread might be good, but it'll be a bit more difficult to find 30 tons on a DD. Because I already got them the gear turbines, they have the semi-oil. I could remove a diesel engine if I really have to, but I find that this does help with survivability in all respects. Water pumping, ship repairs, you'll be able to turn the rudder faster and thus move the boat out of the way of an incoming torpedo. In that sense, I think it doesn't really get a whole lot better than that. As for my options to go with cordite, the cordite gives me a 7.2% chance to blow up. So we'll have to take, I don't know, 2 tons of armor away somewhere. Let's say the aft deck and the foredeck, and we're done. Oh, I can even bring the superstructure armor back up. I guess we're at 1049.9 something. Anyway, that's a refit for the James Fishburne 2. It's the second flight of DDs. I'll also do this for the other flights and make sure that they get the best chances of hitting their targets. A little later, as my battleships, the Killzone 1, 1, 2, 3 and the American Patriot are making their way home, they get ambushed. Ambushed by the Germans. They were apparently patrolling off the west coast of Africa with not only a couple of destroyers, but an actual battlecruiser. Look at her. She has, a distinct lack of turrets on the bow, but I guess that kind of gets made up for by the turrets on the wings. I don't think you can fire those really forward if you wanted to. But, well, game's been known to do weird things. As for my ships, they're not particularly special. They're 1915 versions, so relative to their current time, I think it's 1918 now. They're slightly behind. They, however, against destroyers, are definitely capable of holding their own and have done quite a few times. These guys have not quite circumnavigated the globe, but they get around. They're originally designed as, let's say, more coastal-oriented warships. They're not supposed to go very far away from home. Yet, they found themselves at the Sea of Japan at some point. When they were there, making a couple of errands with Russian warships, resulting in the destruction of said Russian warships. I don't know how much armor this battlecruiser has. I don't know how close their light cruiser and their DD friends are, but I think that my veteran crews can get some work done. There we go. That's an interesting bit of flooding. Keep in mind, the AI recently, not just in this modded version that I'm running, but also just the general vanilla version, has been doing weird things with, well, a lack of armor. And as I have 12-inch high explosive shells, you can see that even that is enough to blow sizable holes in this warship. Partial pens for a lot of damage. I am not really interested in prolonging the war with Germany. The stage is a bit busy at the moment, as I'm also fighting the British and the Americans. Thankfully, it seems that everybody hates everybody. So, I am not just fighting the Germans, well, I am in this battle. I am also looking to fight the Americans somewhere. The Americans are also fighting the Italians somewhere. I think the British and the Germans are also pissed off at each other. You get these weird clashes everywhere. And I think they turn into fairly brief clashes, considering that this ship has a hefty main belt. But if you hit it pretty much anywhere else, it's gonna have a bad time. It's gonna have a really bad time. And judging by its score of having done 27 points of damage, it's not particularly having a great time overall. The ship's badly flooded, they've lost a third of their crew, their structural integrity looks like it's seen better times, and I think we're about to eliminate it entirely. Which is excellent, because that's 160 million. If the Germans would be so kind to offer up more ships like that, I will gladly take them down. The weird thing about this campaign, still, and I think I've said it before, is in this part of the campaign, like the tactical battles, I tend to win them. At least I do now. But it's been 18 years since I've started, so yeah, there's still all sorts of room for this thing to go horribly sideways. When it comes to the strategic situation. I don't think I'm winning there, because I'm not really gaining a whole lot more territory. I'm not really seeing a whole lot of economic growth. And those two factors combined, especially when compounded with not being able to do a lot of research because you don't get a lot of money, yeah, that can compound into a lost campaign at some point. For now, though, like, I'm completely schooling these Germans. And these are not cheap oh, okay, these are cheap DDs. There's 6 million. That battlecruiser was 160 million. There's supposedly still an LC out there, or a CL, a light cruiser. I don't know what the Germans' intention was, but running into 2 battleships might not have been part of that plan. They did lose sight of me. I suspect that that light cruiser is not following. So let's just disengage, take the victory points, and move on to home, which is where we were going. These battleships were never designed to escort these ships. That was not their job. Their job was to go home, where we might need to defend our interests against the British and the Americans, because they do have ships near our Spanish borders, our Spanish coast. And these gentlemen here are there to say something about that. Straight on to the next engagement with the Germans, this time again once assisted by my Danish allies. The Germans have brought a much bigger battlecruiser. This thing is packing 6 15-inchers, the other one was packing 12-inchers. I have the Santa Gertrudis, which is, I believe, a Sentinel, but there are so many flaws on this ship that the game has created a massive tooltip which completely hides the name of the ship. I think you can quickly make it out if you hover over it, but that's about it. Anyway, 8 15-inch guns. This thing is an ally of mine, so most likely it's an early version, let's say a base version of the Sentinel class. We also have a heavy cruiser from the AK class, seemingly the name giver of the class. Original, I don't know, Japan, I guess? A couple of 8-inch guns. We have my destroyers. These are now the 1917 versions, so they're the ones that are currently operating in or around the North Sea, operating out of Lerwick. I did not get around to updating those ships yet. A couple of the original David Titus class. These things are going to struggle. They only have a couple of torpedo launchers, but they're short range. That is difficult. The enemy is assisted by a slew of destroyers. These are fairly expensive ones, 12.6. There was a 13.9 in there. So these DDs plus the Derflinger, that would be a very nice score. We're doing this battle in a hefty fog/storm. There's thunderstorms going over. I don't like it because it just makes it more difficult to figure out what is going on, aside from just having a couple of blips on the screen. So I'll try to do this battle zoomed in, preferably without losing overwatch of the fight. Formation-wise, we have a couple of different ones. I have the battlecruiser, which is, I think, my main firepower, with her 15.4-inch guns. She's assisted by a heavy cruiser, although assisted is a bit of an overstatement. The AK with her 18 knots is 10 knots slower. This thing is not scouting for anything. This thing is getting scouted by everybody else. This is my, let's say, my own ship formation. Then we have one DD there, the Mendez Nunez. This one is armed with 8-kilometer torp, so a bit safer. Then we got these. These poor guys are armed with 3-kilometer torpedoes. That means you're going to have to close into, well, musket range and hope that you live long enough to drop some torpedoes. I think the enemy is pretty much about to hit us. Considering the range, considering the ×5 limitation, they're probably very, very, very close. Yep, smokescreen here. Range about 7. I suspect that those big guns on that ship, the 15, yeah, there we go. The 15s are going to have a very hard time hitting me. Let's have a look at this German warship. Yeah, see this thing? 15, 15, 15, and then 9.3 is in the sides. This thing can definitely reach out and hurt my destroyers, potentially before they get into range. Here's the torpedo range of 7. Here's their 8-inch gun at 9.4, and here's their 9.3 at 10.6. So we'll just be inside of range. but it's fairly safe. As opposed to, for example, the Ruby. The and the Marqués de Ensenada, those are going to have a very, very hard time being able to survive that fight. My DDs are getting a couple of shots off on the light cruiser here, which, if memory serves me, isn't that dangerous. Oh, hello. Hello. Yeah, this is when those 3 kilometer torps are going to come in useful. Wasn't really planning on it, but here we go. You guys are what? You're costing me 4 million. If this thing sinks, and I sink one of them, that would be a pretty good trade. Because this is about 12 to 13 million, depending on exactly which DD that is. Next DD puts torps in the water. They're already flooding. Oh, they're going to have a very hard time here. It's only a 17-inch torpedo. It's not going to do a ton of damage. But any damage on a DD... Well, okay. I stand corrected. That did a fairly hefty amount of damage. And there is another one. These guys have already exceeded expectations. I'm sorry to say. And come on, can you just complete your flooding? That'd be wonderful. P11 out of the fight. 12 million. Cha-ching. Next one. There's the battle cruiser. The heavy no, the light cruiser seems to not really want to fight. It's a Swedish ship? Oh, they're also getting assisted by their allies. So it's Sweden versus Denmark. Tandemed with Spain versus the Germans. Interesting fight. What the hell? They're spending a lot of their time and attention on engaging the battlecruiser. Smoke yourself up. The DDs here have lost the target. Okay, let's see if we can hunt down some more of the DDs and maybe torpedo the battlecruiser. We are getting full identification now. Let's see. They get a regular crew. The price tag is fairly high for cramped quarters and many bulkheads. Okay. 15-inch guns, Mark 1. So the reload's pretty poor. Well, everything's pretty poor. It's a Mark 1 gun. It's not particularly fast. Its turning circle is awful. Armor-wise, it's tissue paper. 4 inches of main belts. So they put everything into, well, some other stat, I guess, because that thing is going to have a very hard time surviving. Oh, hello. Second. Oh, 15.4, right through the fore deck. I'm a bit surprised we're getting a fore deck hit at 6 clicks range. I was not expecting that. Normally you get plunging fire. So your shells start to lose speed and then start, let's say, falling down onto the enemy deck at greater ranges than this. I know that I'm going broadside into a 15-inch gun battlecruiser, but I do have to... No. Just the secondaries, if you pretty please. Now, here's the Mendez. Hold. Torpedo the Mendez. Smoke up. Oh, sorry, torpedo the Durflinger. There's a substantial chance that this thing is throwing a torpedo at my battlecruiser. Okay, we're 10-7. Let's see, what's our gun range at this point? Yeah, 8.9. We're gonna have to close in. Come on, use those secondaries, eliminate that DD before this thing torps you. And I think it definitely wants to. Dude, Mendez. Dude. This thing is just ripe for the taking. Oh, that was very, very minor. Very minor damage. We do have 4 torpedo tubes, but I'm not sure if they're all functional. Yeah, there we go. We just sent a couple more. They torpedoed my DD. Interesting. That's at least something I don't have to worry about for the battlecruiser anymore. They probably detected those. I detected theirs. They detected mine, I think. Oh, Hydro 1. They might be detecting them, but I kind of doubt they'll actually be able to do anything about it. This DD is really getting hammered by the short-range firepower of that ship. Come on, Santa. Yep, torpedo hit. I'm hoping to land another. You see, their accuracy is starting to suffer. Don't like this. This thing just torpedoed the battlecruiser. See if you can course correct. With a fairly long hull, this is gonna prove difficult at best. Engage this. I know I still have the torpedoes on these DDs. Ooh. If I'm able to engage their DDs and eliminate them, they'll have even less warning about their torpedo problem. So that's why I'm trying to get rid of these guys first. This thing might have torpedoed the Mendez. Yeah. Which somehow still exists, despite taking 67,000 points of damage. But even good things like those have to come to an end. I do believe that all of their DDs have now launched their torpedoes, giving me potentially an opportunity to at least start torping that battlecruiser of theirs. Not with you, or you yet. Just you. Torps out. You got 4 launchers. There we go. They're 10-6 range. Come on, push this DD back into the ocean, please. Preferably underwater. Smoke. Not so sure if smoking in this weather really helps, but it's a gameplay stat, so it probably does change something. The Santa is perfectly fine to fight. There's only this guy back here that might not have added the torpedoes to the mix. Yeah, I can do unspeakable things to that battlecruiser with these 15-inch guns. They're only Mark 1, so they're pretty much as bad as theirs. I think mine might be just about the same length as well. Yeah, pretty much. Alright, dude. Let's go launch some more torpedoes. Unbekannt. Send it. Target, Durflinger. Execute. Andrew Robinson. Pretty much the same range, so I'm going to give you the green light as well. We're going to turn a bit. Andrew has launched. Fishburne, 6 clicks out. Yeah, let's just make their life a living hell. Oh, you already launched? On something else, then. Ah, they dodged it. Dodged that one. Dodged that one. There's more where that came from. Give me a second to reload these guns. Sorry, torpedo tubes. Santa. Get rid of this thing. All the guns. I don't like these destroyers existing. I don't want to see them anymore. Fix that situation. Ooh, ow. That was the battlecruiser's 9-inch gun that did that. Ow. Yep, torpedo hit. Surprisingly, not a whole lot of crew loss there. And, there's another. At this point, both the battlecruisers, both the Germans and mine, are busy engaging destroyers. Because these DDs probably are up to no good. And are most likely reloading their torpedo launchers. Ready to fight some more. Ah, you're finally here. Sort of. What's your range? 8.1? Wow. And this? God, this is worse. Oh, you didn't even have an armor. Oh, no. You're not joining this one. You're sitting this one out. No, I don't like that at all. Fishburne over here took a bit of a hit. Probably have that ship disengage. But not before we launch the torps. Oh, you also lost your 5-incher. You lost one gun? You lost both? Nah. You lost one, and that probably pushed your entire gun supply out the door. Your ammo supply. That's what I think happened here. Dud. Crap. Anyway, that thing's about half health. Let's push my DDs into this fight. Start dealing damage against their DDs. Ooh. James is having a rough time of it. And so is the Arca. Don't want to lose that. It's 24 million. Fighting in a situation like this is very, very RNG based, it feels like. Ooh, you are not doing very well. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. No. I don't like that. Not one bit. Put the mains back on the Durflinger. If we can finish that off, that'd be great. Yeah, just stick to high explosive. Oh shit, there's more? Turn! Turn! Hardnutter, get out of here! Okay, you're good. Oh, that's good damage. 5.5k. That's good stuff. 12.7 million. Yeah, she did. That's unfortunate. This is one of those times where you can just not see the target very well. I might have to make use of that mechanic where if you hit something like that, if you target that and you hit this, you get full damage on the V49. Oh. Unbekannt taking on water. Lots of it as well. Come on. Get some HE hits in. And nothing. How many launchers do these guys have? I think it's 2, right? 2 triples. So they carry enough for 1 reload. You are about to reload. You're still reloading. You're very much in the process of reloading. Damn it, both of these DDs are suffering. Okay, fine. Andrew Robinson, stay alive. You guys fall back. I mean, everybody stay alive, but you get to join the battle cruiser. See if you can assist them. Put some secondaries on the closest target. If you have a shot. Which you don't, because your secondaries are bad. Come on, then. Nothing. Disappointing. I still have these. Yeah, why not? I kind of pushed them back out of the fight. The short-range destroyers. Simply because their torpedoes were reloading. And I thought, well, they're not going to be that useful. Of course, that's not entirely true. They're still useful. Especially in these very short-range fights. Because they can serve as torpedo magnets. Which is a role that I don't really wish upon my more expensive DDs. Not at the moment. This is one of those times when having a light cruiser would have been very, very useful. I do believe that you just spent the rest of your torpedoes. You're about to do the same thing. Yeah, there we go. Hard over to starboard and keep turning. Don't think about it, just keep turning. Ooh, boy. There's a bit. At least at this point, I know that 2 of their DDs are no longer a torpedo hazard. And most likely can get brawled down by these. It's not a very safe way to go about it, but the upside of that 12 to 13 million kill is better. So I'll just do that. No, turn the other way. Andrew, you're kind of going the wrong way. There we go. All the DDs are lit up. Check their ammo stats. Now, it might be considered cheating, but if the game presents the information still after being out of early access for, I don't know, years, then I guess we're allowed to use it. I got 5.2-inch guns. You're out of torps. You're reloading. You have still 1 salvo left. Okay. Okay. No, no, no. You're not supposed to keep seeing this ship. You're supposed to just forget about it. Can we please land some hits? Yeah, that's... Well, okay. I should have been more clear. Can we hit something critical? Not on my ship. Theirs. I'm just worried that AP is going to overpen. If it hits at all. I do have more health, but that can change with 1 hit. 8% chance to hit. 9%. Yeah, we're very even. They just... Yeah, they need to get lucky once or twice, and I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. Here comes the ancient DD line. Oh, come on. Make an effort. There's that torpedo-ready DD. Yes, please launch at 9 kilometers. It's easiest to dodge. Go on. Blocked. By what? Your imagination? Okay, it might have been blocked by the turret armor. But for the rest, it might be plot armor for all I know. Oh, if these DDs... if these ancient DDs could be persuaded to be a torpedo magnet, and they are... I'll sign for that. Because it means the battlecruiser is at far less risk. And that battlecruiser tends to be a little more expensive than one of these. Plus, far less maneuverable. Go on. Do pew pew with your 2-inch... Oh, sorry, your 3-inch Mark II. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. The torpedo launchers are at the ready, but they're at the wrong angle. 1400. Oh, no, actually, they just launched. Come around. Don't be where they are. Or don't be where the torpedoes are going to be, rather. Ow. What? What? Really? I thought they couldn't see you anymore. You finally went down? That's disappointing. Where's the... Oh, no, no. Where's the Andrew Robinson? God, I hate these foggy battles. Oh, they're engaging DDs now. Because they consider these DDs to be far more dangerous than my battlecruiser. Good. Just keep thinking that. Come on. AP for the win. No. Not exactly for the win. Come on. 31 damage and a flooding hit. Well, Ruby, I don't really dare ask too much of you, but we do need to kill that battlecruiser. Because with the death of that battlecruiser, the Germans might be persuaded to immediately get out of the war. Oh, hi, Andrew. Nice of you to show up. Torpedo this, main guns on that. And try not to die, because you are one of the more expensive DDs I have here. That's not helpful, sir. Partials. Torps out. Yes! That's the damage that I seek. Fuck him up. Get him! Smoke up, turn around. It'll probably get warned about the torpedo. It doesn't look like it's dodging it very well. Oh, the torpedo changed course. Oh, really? Fine, I'm pushing these DDs into that battlecruiser. Literally if I have to, figuratively if I can. Because I do need some damage on that battlecruiser. Oh, you don't have any torps. Disappointing. Ruby, 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 let's go. Come on, Ruby. Any day of the week now. Yes, thank you. That's 5 torps into the water. It's only 17-inch torps. It'll probably not do much. But under these conditions, I'll take any hits. And it looks like I might get... Oh, what are you getting at? There you go. 2 hits. Unfortunately, mostly amidships where they already were flooding. It's not that useful. There goes my DD. That's the cheap one. Oh, you wasted your torps, sir. Yep. Condition brown. Secure from condition brown. Hard starboard. Torps on this. Aggressive. We got 3.3 kilometer range. The thing is at 2.9. They're mostly flooded. I think they're dead in the water. They're doing 2 knots. Try it. Come on. It's right there. Thank you. What's the status? Oh, God. You were pretty badly burned by that enemy battlecruiser. Oh no. No, no, no. Come on. These torpedoes need to finish this thing off. Yes, that's towards the stern. That'll flood them out. 2 more compartments underwater. Boom! You're gone. You're out. Flash fires, flash fires, flash fires. Sunk. Expensive. Oh boy. That torpedo is not fun. At least by now, their destroyers are out of torpedoes. All of them. So they can shoot all they want. Ugh. No, really? That was inside the hitbox? Come on. And that somehow also took the 15-inch ammo with it. Not that I'm going to be using that much against DDs, but okay. Come on, kill it. Kill it. Thank you. That's 1. Oh, come on, Vikings. Fight. Fight! If they are able to punch a couple of holes in my... well, anywhere, this thing will flood. Crew loss should be fine. It's never fine, but at least it's survivable. And Buchan's too badly damaged. Over there we got the Fishburne. The Andrew might still be able to do something, but it only does 10 knots. So that's a bit lackluster. And my ship is so badly tilted that I can't shoot anything. This is going to be a long one. If these DDs would just piss off, that would be wonderful. But I kind of damaged them too badly for that. They can't disengage even if they wanted to, because they're dead slow. This was doing 10 knots and this was doing 7. Oh god. So, you could kinda not damage me that much. I can't shoot you. The blind fighting the blind at this point. Unfortunately, the ship is gonna flood. Oh, they're bringing it back. 20% buoyancy, 21. I'm not sure where you're going, but if it's away from my battlecruiser, I'll accept it. Yeah, they don't seem to want to fight. So, V-53 it is. With our 2-inch guns, we might just spit out enough to deal some more flooding damage to the 53 and push that ship underwater. Oh, 8.6 is only in the bow. I could turn the ship around, maybe use the 8.6, but you kind of have to be almost bow on with a target, and that's where my ship is not flooded. So I'm not that eager to present that particular part of the ship, for fear of losing it entirely. Oh, and we're down to AP ammo only, against a destroyer. My 3.5-inch gun has likely been eliminated. What a fight this is. Come on, Andrew. It is your time for glory. As long as this thing keeps its attention squarely on the battlecruiser, I am perfectly happy. Because I will close the distance, I'll punch a few holes. No, you're not supposed to join me. Come on, don't kill me. Busy. 3.7. It's a 5-inch shell. Anything that will pen this ship is going to cause a lot of damage to her. Overpen, no! 21% chance to hit, 23. No, 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 no. You're not supposed to change your attention to me. No. No. Damn it. Why can the enemy not just do what I want? Come on. I think the ship is gonna go down. As opposed to their V-53, which does not seem to have the same intentions as of right now. one of those new light cruisers and I could have won this fight. One light cruiser is all I needed. Come on, shoot straight. The target's 800 meters out, and everything is just missing. I think because the game says it has to. 7% chance to hit. With a damaged conning tower, a damaged fire control. Part of the crew is dead. The ship is listing pretty badly to starboard. If I turn the battle cruiser over, maybe I can get some damage in. Less than half a point of damage. Oh, flooding. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. They hit the bow. No, 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 no. Leave the Santa Gertrudis. No, flooding. No. Please don't sink me. Overpen. Fishburne could come back, but it's 50 clicks out. This one's full health? Oh my god, I completely forgot about that one. And the Unbekend's about half health, but it also only has a 5-inch gun left. I think the 3-inch gun would have been perfect in this situation. I'm gonna pause it here before this video turns into an hour of this nonsense. After a while, this is where we're at. The situation is actually quite funny. I was very concerned about losing the battleship, sorry, the battlecruiser and the DD. This one's at 7% buoyancy and pretty much can't go anywhere. This one is at 7% buoyancy and is kind of in the similar situation. And then the German ship ran out of ammunition. Not just them, but the other one too. So I now have the potential to take down a couple of these German DDs with a 3-inch gun mounted on a DD from 1900. Yep, that's the that's the type of battle that we're doing right about now. They're manned by cadets, so I guess these guys are suddenly getting a lot of combat experience, basically by parking themselves next to a pretty high-tech German DD. And missing. Good lord. This thing also has a fairly awful discerning circle for a DD. So much so that I really... like, I can't even turn this thing in time without completely spinning past this DD. So it's a bit of a comedy episode, this one. But... I think the core point is the battlecruiser survived. And yeah, she's badly wounded, but thankfully I don't have to fix her up. The Germans lost a battlecruiser, and I was able to get rid of a couple DDs. This all results in me getting a bunch of victory points, with which I might be able to push the Germans to negotiate, and if they do that, I'll be able to get a bunch of money and potentially territory off of them, although not both. So, I think all's well that ends well, if it ends. And that's kind of the problem, because if this war with Germany doesn't end, I might be a few warships, especially capital ships, short in the North Sea. So that would be a bit of an issue. Range found. What's the problem? Target ship size, minus 70%. Yeah, but you can kind of park next to it. This is just silly. I also think Denmark should really work on getting their crew training up, because they might be my ally. But if they got ships like that, I can't really work with them. Are you sure you've put the engine in reverse? Because I'm not seeing it. What the Danish apparently do have is a miraculous way of making their ships so hydrodynamic that they just refuse to slow down ever. This thing has done a full circle with its engines in reverse, and I know 2 engines are damaged, but whatever. And they still do 18 knots. What are you coating your hull with, and can I have some? Oh. Fine. Oh, there it is. 1 whole hit. God, I'm gonna take this back off screen. This is a long and tedious fight. That was a lot of work. For about 15,000 victory points, if you take 51, subtract 6, we're about 15k up. So yeah, it's progress, but bloody hell. That was slow progress, if I've ever seen any. And I think that if the weather had been somewhat different, my DDs would have been a bit more useful. Nevertheless, it has highlighted something for me, which is a need for more light cruisers, because if the enemy does have more of these fleets, let's say a capital ship, a capital ship tandemed with a couple of DDs, then being able to take out the DDs and promptly pester the capital ship would probably be in my best interest. So that's something I'm going to do. But not this episode. This one has come to a close. Join me next time to see if I'm able to get about 30,000 points worth of, well, anything from the Germans. Maybe they're willing to oblige. Thank you for watching this one. Hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you soon for more.